Jerry Schilling is a kind of teenage friend of Elvis Presley's. We kind of meet him running around Graceland when just as Elvis is kind of starting out, Elvis kind of needed an extra player for a game of pickup kind of football. And Jerry was a pretty good football player, and so he kind of came in and played along, and I think because he was pretty good, Elvis liked to have him on his team, and so they built up a friendship, like a really honest, earnest childhood friendship, and that kind of friendship spanned the length of his life, which was really a beautiful thing. Jerry kind of came in and out of Elvis's life in that way. He managed to kind of forge his own path in life, and really wanted to, and was able to go on a bit of a journey with Elvis and found himself in LA with him. And then Jerry was kind of interested in what he could do with his life. And so he was able to become a music manager and kind of get into the business but still have Elvis as a really good friend and still be there as a sounding board for him and to give him advice and to basically be his friend and to look out for him. So it's a really lovely relationship that they have in that way. It's a true friendship and an honest friendship that, you know, people in Elvis's position sometimes don't get. There's a lot of hangers-on and maybe people who are maybe some yes men and stuff like that. So I think what Elvis got with Jerry was a true friend who was honest with him and spoke his mind and wasn't afraid to say something that maybe Elvis didn't like or the Colonel didn't like or whatever. And I think that's what you want in friends, is someone who's going to be honest with you and truthful with you. And yeah, he's a really great guy that way, Jerry, and has always been close to the family and still is. My initial conversation with Baz was we had a phone call over kind of a video call, and we just sat down and kind of talked about Elvis as a person and a cultural icon and kind of the relevance that he still has through today, and also Colonel Parker as a character and as a person, and kind of the relevance that he still has through to today, and kind of those things. And then we also talked about Jerry and his vision as Jerry being the audience inside this in a way. The kind of, we just want the best for him, and we can kind of see what's happening to him, and we're the ones screaming out, are we going to stand by and watch this happen while everyone else does? And kind of feeling a little bit like Chicken Little. I think Jerry is a little bit of a character that we kind of talked about, this guy who can see what's going on, but no one's listening to him, and everyone's ignoring him and ignoring what's right in front of their face. So yeah, Baz and I's conversation was kind of very holistic around the whole story, around Jerry, around where it sits culturally in the world then, and where it sits culturally in the world now. So. Yeah, the Memphis Mafia were kind of the world's first entourage. Like, I think Elvis was like the first person to have an entourage, and that was their role in that way, and they kind of were the leaders of that idea that people in these positions culturally kind of need to have that kind of support network around them. I think a lot of it was companionship. You know, I think if you don't have those people around you that you know from your home, it can get pretty lonely, and once you start meeting new people, it'd be hard to trust them in that way. So it was maybe like a comfort blanket thing for Elvis, was the Mafia, and they were all, you know, nice guys that cared about him, and they were all quite good friends, and I think they were just there because they loved Elvis, and Elvis really enjoyed their company and really loved them. So it was just kind of, if you got the opportunity to take your mates everywhere, you'd take them everywhere, wouldn't you? Austin Butler brings a determination to the role of Elvis that is really amazing to see, and his dedication to it and the work that he's put in has been quite amazing to see someone transform into another person, but then still have a sense of self and to not do an impression, but to be able to embody this person and then still make them their own and their own unique thing has been a really impressive thing to see. And all along that way, to be a real kind and lovely and warm person through it all has been a real testament to Austin as a person and his character. You know, it's hard to lead something like this and to have all that weight on your shoulders. The pressure must be immense, but then to still carry it with humility and laughter and to be a warm and open person, I think speaks volumes as to who he is as a person